This is Session in Progress. Today is Updates Day. Firstly, we're going to be swapping the branding changeover timings to the start of July to the end. It's to align our studio being ready. When we say goodbye to From Your Pocket, it feels right to welcome in Session in Progress to a brand new studio for a totally fresh beginning. Also, thank you very much to those of you who have shown interest in being some of the first creators in our studio. Check out sessioninprogress.com.au for a first look at what's to come. Speaking of which, our studio. At the end of the last episode, I revealed I had to actually delete an episode off our LinkedIn page. That's because I could no longer say our studio has been designed by an incredibly talented individual who helped us get this far. No bad blood, just not enough money to afford the finishes she'd selected. We're still bringing the studio to life in their vision, and I would say 85% of the finishes she's chosen. It's just the dining table design, which is the feature piece of the room, and it had to be custom designed. The quotes I got back were between $15,000 and $20,000. Now, you probably might be thinking the same as me when I got them back in my inbox. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. But after some reflecting and ending up choosing a pre-made $2,000 choice elsewhere, I also think those design choices are why they are a pro working for the most famous design house in the world, and I'm not. That's what I want to focus on this episode, something Studio White Noise spoke about in their podcast we created for them called Judge a Book.
Here's a top tip. Listen to your pros, whether it be the sales agents, the architects you've hired, the creative agency, or the people who are doing your research. Listen to what they have to say, take on board what they're saying, and don't dismiss anything. Make sure you don't let ego get in the way. Paying them to do a service, make sure you listen in.
We are a professional service offering a bunch of different options in audio and video production. Mentioning no names, but a client of ours who used our studio hire and only our studio hire, edited their own episode and gave us a shout out on Instagram when they launched, thanking us for our help and advice along their production journey. That is super lovely. However, the edit and the quality of their upload was low quality. You've heard of 1080p. It's pretty much what we're all used to watching on our smartphones. Well, I think they must have exported in their settings at 540, and they were thanking us for our production help. I remember shuddering and stressing that people would think the quality that they'd minimized our recording session down to would be reflective of our studio. And that's how my friend must have been thinking when I couldn't afford the Burlwood veneers on a custom table design. If I can't execute her flawless design and creative as they'd imagined it, then their name and brand can't be placed on our studio. And that's the reality of it. I respect that. And just like Larry David,
I respect wood. I revere wood. I'm considerate of wood.
On the next episode of Session in Progress. We've increased our studio hire prices to be aligned with the market. We're still a very affordable option compared to other studios in the area. However, our outputs are still better. Simply nobody is offering our hospitality, quality, and speed like us. And I'm going to take you through our new pricing structure and why we needed to increase nearly 40%. This is Session in Progress, a podcast about building a podcast company. Follow the journey on our LinkedIn page where you might be watching this otherwise. Put some 1080 resolution into your eyeballs and watch this episode now. The link is below. If you haven't checked out our Instagram, next month it's going to be transformed into our studio account and start showing off our space as a tool for marketing. I appreciate you listening to the raw truth of small business. It all comes down to the dollars, baby. Or lack of them.